Ireland were made to battle in the second half, but the dream of back-to-back Grand Slams is still alive. My name's Mark, let's talk rugby. Ireland in this one showing ambition early on with some good carries from the likes of Aki, Henshaw, Byrne and O'Mahony. I thought like in the first half a lot of the big carries for Ireland were to the fore. Wales though survive as Furlong goes offside and they're able to clear. They then come forward off the line out, but Aki gets over the ball to win a penalty for Ireland. And then Wales then shortly after that they get pinged for a high tackle and Crowley opens the scoring from the tee for 3-0 to Ireland. But Wales kind of cling in there a little bit in that first half, but then Ireland start to take control a little bit. But Wales do have some possession as well. They come forward again. Wainwright, who he's such a great carrier for them, he takes it up, but Porter gets over the ball and wins a penalty. And I thought Rafael and Wainwright have had excellent tournaments, and you could see glimpses in this game where the two of them had a little bit of impact, but certainly not as much as we've seen them in their opening two games. Sheehan then with a short line out to Gibson Park, who gives straight back from kind of a 1-2, and he breaks up the line like he's just got tremendous pace, gets into 22, but then the break, or the move, breaks down. But Ireland are looking dangerous. We then have we had penalty advantage, so Ireland kicked that to the corner. Sheehan hits Byrne in the line out. They set up the maul. It's moving infield, and Ireland, they look like they're about to kind of get the extra push and surge over to score. But Alex Mann gets in there for Wales, causes it to be unplayable and turns over for them. Great defence from Wales there. You'll have another penalty to Ireland as Wales go off their feet, and Ireland, they go up the line again. They're looking to find space, but Reffel gets over the ball to relieve the pressure. Excuse me. Ireland then lose their first line out of the tournament, but they respond straight away by demolishing the Welsh scrum. Off the back of that, they kick that penalty to the corner. Sheehan finds Byrne. This time they're going forward. They call the backs in. It's Low and a Key, I think, comes on first, and then they call in some more. They get over, and Sheehan is the scorer. Crowley converts, and it's 10-0 to Ireland. Ireland then continue to pin Wales in their own half and apply pressure. Wales racking up the penalties conceded. Ireland go to the corner from another penalty. They pound away at the line, and they go from the left, work all the way over to right, and they come back again. Wales are keeping them out. McCarthy then goes on a surge. Ireland get the ball out quickly. Crowley finds Nash. Nash somehow gets his pass away to Lowe, and Lowe goes over to score in the corner. Crowley converts for 17-0. Wales then have a chance to respond before the break, and they go to the corner from a penalty. D finds Wainwright, and they set up the maul. It's going nowhere. So they decide to break off. They win a penalty because Aki has hands on the ground. Back to the corner they go. The line out this time misfires, but they do hold on to the ball. But as they spread it then, Jenkins is off his feet under pressure from the Irish defence. Halftime score then is 17-0. Second half then, Wales looking a little bit brighter at the start of the half. They win a penalty for Ireland playing the man without the ball, and they go to the corner. D hits his man, and they set up the maul, and in come the backs again. It looks like they might have been held up over the line. Then we have a TMO check because assistant Carl Dickinson mentions that you have to look at the actions of 5 Green, which is Ty Byrne. They do have a look, and they decide that he's changed his bind, and that actually prevented a try from being scored. So he gets a yellow card. It's a penalty try to Wales. I'm sure a lot of Irish fans would kind of say, it was a bit harsh to give a penalty try for that. But I know, honestly, in my heart as an Irish fan, if it was the other way around, I'd be hoping that we would get the penalty try. So for me, I don't have any complaints about that. We then have a bit of a sideshow as Andrew Porter spots Garrett Thomas's boot on the ground. He then picks it up and just flings it behind them about 20 or 30 meters into the Irish half, and then Thomas didn't like that. So the two are kind of pushing each other as play is going on from there. But then, like, it's all good fun, I guess, on a rugby pitch, right? Ireland then, they're not as accurate as they were in the first half, and that's giving Wales some opportunities with the ball. Wales win a penalty for neck roll, then a second one for McCarthy playing the man in the air. They now have a line out on the edge of the Ireland 22. They managed there to do really well to work it up to the line, and they've got penalty advantage as well. To go to the corner, Byrne comes back on for Ireland just before the line out is taken. Wales find Baird in the line out and set up the maul, but then the ball emerges on the Ireland side, and we see Ty Byrne has got in there and turned the ball over in the maul. Such a gutsy move for him as well, because he just got, come back from a yellow card where he basically did the same thing, but did it illegally, but this time it was legal. So Ireland clear. Ollie Jaeger then comes on to replace Furlong for his debut. Good to see him getting the go. I didn't realize actually it was I think it was Joe said in the comments that, was it Joe? Somebody said in the comments anyway that Finlay Bealham is actually a new father, so congratulations to Finlay Bealham, and that's why he's out of the squad. I didn't realize that until it was pointed out. But yeah, Ollie Jaeger on for his debut there. Wales then continue to press, but Kelleher, he gets over the ball, wins a penalty. Ireland breathe a sigh of relief, and then they start taking control again back in the game. So that purple patch that Wales had is over now. Ireland come forward. They work it up to the Wales line on the right. Then they go back inside where Bunya Aki crashes over under the posts. But then we have a TMO check, and we see that in the build-up. It was one of those ones where the ball flashes across some, somebody it's meant for the next person, but that person was Henshaw, and the ball just slightly comes off his arm, so it goes forward, and you can't argue with that. So try is chalked off correctly, in my opinion. So from here then, Ireland, they continue pressing, but Wales managed to turn them over. They boot it downfield. Lowe is only back there on his own. He gets isolated, but does really, really well to stay on his feet until some help arrives. And then Ireland can clear the ball and get back, on the front foot again. Then we have hands on the ground for Wales, and that allows Ireland to kick to the corner. And you feel now at this stage a score is coming, because Wales, other than that relieving kick, they really had no threat in the Irish half at all. And then Ireland to go to the maul. They break off that, then pounding away to the line. Gibson Park then picks out Frawley coming on a great line. He goes over to score under the post. It's converted for 24-7. And, any kind of inkling of Wales causing upset is gone at this stage. Wales, though, they do come looking for a second score at least. Dyer did well to get them, in decent position. Ireland, though, they're clinging on in there. They're giving away penalties, and James Ryan even goes to the bin after Ireland just got warned for the number of penalties that they're giving away. But they managed to hold Wales up over the line. Healy and Doris, mainly Healy though, getting in under Wainwright as he tried to go over to score. And then Ireland from here then work it back upfield, and the bench now, we're seeing them having impact on the carries as well, like some McCluskey, Baird, Conan, etc. Really having decent adding to, I think, that the likes of Aki, Nash, Lowe, Doris, etc. that were doing it anyway. But now with these guys in there as well, fresh impetus, they get up there. And then another sub, Murray. He spots there's a chance there, and he just pops a lovely ball off the Byrne, who goes through a hole and over for the bonus point try. Crowley converts that, and 31-7 was the final score. Well deserved victory for Ireland. Wales did kind of make them work a little bit in that second half, but there wasn't really any doubts about who was going to win the game in the end, I don't think. Now let's have a look at some of the stats from the game. So let me pull those up if it will actually allow me to do it. It's gonna just bear with me for a second, but yeah, I thought that this Wales team, as I said, that you can see that there is just the core of a decent side there. They obviously need more experience at this level, and they need more cohesion as well. But you can see that they're heading in the right direction. Whereas last year, in last year's Six Nations, they just looked like a total mess. So that's good, at least for them, that they're heading somewhat in the right direction. But in this tournament, every team is looking to improve, and you've got to keep on that. But here we go. We've got our stats up now. So first of all, possession 56% to Ireland, 44 to Wales. Territory 54 to 46. So Ireland, in the ascendancy in both of those. Then on attack, tries scored 4-0. Well, that's not right, obviously, because Wales got a penalty try. Is still a try, so it should be included. I don't know why to do that with stats. I think it's because they may be counted by players, who scored, whereas a penalty try isn't actually scored by a player. But it was 4 tries to 1. So stats a little bit off there. Carries 159 to 124. Meters carried 915 for Ireland, just a mammoth number, and 562 for Wales. Meters gained then, so this is meters carried over the gain line. 525 for Ireland to 288 for Wales. So Ireland almost gaining, in the carries, as many meters as Wales actually carried for the entire game. It just shows the impact that a lot of those players had. Line breaks then 12 for Ireland and 1 for Wales. Wales kind of, when you think of that, they did well to keep the score down really in the end. And that's no slight on Wales. It's just that, this Ireland team, you can see that they're close to kind of hitting top gear now in their games. They haven't quite done it yet, but you feel like if they do, somebody's going to get a real hiding, and I think Wales did really well defensively to avoid that today. Defenders beating then 33-15, and total passes 251 to 141. So like the top 2 passing sides of the tournament so far coming into this game, but Ireland just completely outpassed Wales today. Offloads as well, 10 for Ireland, 3 for Wales. And you can see with the Ireland attack, as it has evolved over the last year or so, offloads have become a major part of that in terms of keeping that ball alive and keeping that kind of pace and making sure that the defence never really gets a chance to set. And we're seeing that, like the Nash offload too low for that try just was special as well. Handling errors then 16 for Ireland and 8 for Wales. So Ireland definitely would want to improve on the handling errors there, but they play such a high risk game in terms of like just the accuracy that has to be there, that sometimes handling errors are something that you got to take on it, and especially in that scrappy period in the second half, that's what happened. Turnovers conceded then 10 for Ireland and 7 for Wales. So Wales doing well, turning over the ball, but just couldn't sustain it really for the game in terms of having impact on it. Kicks and play then 26 for Ireland, 22 for Wales, and kick meters pretty similar, 748 to 744. So kicking game not having a huge impact one way or the other. Onto defence then, tackles made 190 for Ireland and 192 for Wales. So Ireland generally don't have to make as many tackles as that. So again, credit to Wales for making them having to do that. But Ireland only missed 15 tackles. Wales missed 33. And normally we're used to seeing Ireland's defence, being a little bit more porous in terms of the first line of defence. But then you always see like there's someone like a step or two beyond that first tackle there to make another one. But in this one, they were actually more solid as a line. And, 93% tackle success for Ireland is the highest we're going to see from them in the tournament. Wales at 85%. That's normally where Ireland you would expect to be because of the way they defend. On to then, what did we got next? We got discipline. So penalties conceded, 13 from Ireland, which is a lot for Ireland to concede, and 12 for Wales. You can see why Ireland got, especially that yellow card for Ryan in the second half, where they gave away maybe 4 or 5 penalties all on top of each other. Then free kicks 1-2 there, and then 2 yellow cards for Ireland as well. So generally we're used to seeing Ireland being the more disciplined of the two sides, but it was Wales today. But 12 penalties is nothing to crow about either. And Wales, they only gave away, I think, 9 penalties in the competition up to this point, so they were under pressure too. Onto the breakdown then. Rooks won 131 to 111. Rooks lost only 1 from Ireland, 6 for Wales. You can see Ireland's impact at the Rook there, especially the likes of Aki, Porter, Byrne, all in there, turning over ball for Ireland. And then Rooks 0 to 3 seconds, 56 to 55, so very similar there. Then 4 to 6, 36 to 31, so Ireland just edging on that. And then 9% to 14% for over 6 seconds. So Ireland with slightly faster ball, but also their set as well in attack is, they're just so drilled and so used to it. It just gives them that extra go forward. Set piece then, scrums won 3 for Ireland, 5 for Wales. Scrums lost none for Ireland, 2 for Wales. So Ireland definitely coming out on top of the scrum battle there. Lineouts then, 12-1 for Ireland, 10 for Wales. Ireland losing 2, the first 2 of the tournament for them, and 2 for Wales as well. No lineout steals from either team on that one. And I think, Ireland, because of where Wales were getting a lot of their lineouts, which was kicking to the corner, they were staying on the ground and trying to defend the maul instead. So you didn't see them competing as much, I think. Okay, so those are the stats that we're going to look at in this one. So how do I think the two teams went? Well, we start with Wales. As I said, they're a team that are developing. They're a young team, and because of that, I think they probably have more. I think there's more potential in this Wales team than there is in the England team at the moment. Even though both of them are clearly in a rebuilding process, I think that Wales, you can see a core of young players there who are potentially going to be kind of mainstays of this team for the next 4 or 5 years or wherever, even beyond that. Whereas with England, we're seeing lots of players coming in and out, and they could be players from like they're playing the likes of Danny Kerr and stuff, in this tournament. And if you're rebuilding, you would expect to go more with youth and to back the youth as well, and not chop and change so much. So, I think in the short term, maybe England will make kind of more strides in terms of just looking better as the tournament goes on. But I think if it's a long-term strategy that you're looking at and actually building a side that is going to be the core of your next World Cup team and beyond, I think Wales might be on a better track in terms of that. Obviously, time will tell, but that's how I feel where Wales are at the moment. For Ireland, first half was excellent. Second half, they struggled a little bit, then they came through that. But that's what it, what being a good rugby side is. It's not about just being at your best the whole way through and just demolishing everybody. It's not how rugby works, right? You're gonna have periods where you're put under pressure. You've got to be able to, first of all, soak that up, and then to be able to go again. And that's something that I was talking about with the Scotland review as well, is that the first time that we saw from Scotland this year was, where England came back in them and Scotland were able to go again with those couple of penalties to stretch that little bit further away. And that's what Ireland, we see them being able to do a lot. And it's something that if Scotland are really hoping to kind of turn this Ireland team over in the next game, is that's what they've got to be able to do consistently, is not just have one purple period of the game where, everything's great and you're looking at like, you could rip any team apart in the world and you score lots of points. It's when things are going against you and that the opposition come back against you the way France did against them, you have to then be able to dig deep and get, drag yourself up by your bootlaces, as it were, and go again and get those scores that are going to get you the win. Now, whether they're going to be able to do that against Ireland, not too sure. Ireland, as I said, they have not hit top gear yet. They still have England to play and Scotland to play. I have a feeling that in one of those games they are going to hit somewhere near the top gear, and we're going to see something special for Ireland. I do feel that England are probably going to make it a bit of, try and make it a bit of a scrap and still that momentum for Ireland. And then, Scotland, if Scotland come just to play and not to stop Ireland playing, then that could be where we see Ireland really hitting their straps. But there's a long way to go before then. For Ireland, all they care about at the moment is 3 from 3, and now focus has to switch to take a trip to